There we go. All right, I think we're good. G'day, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the CoolDadCollective podcast, a podcast that is for dads by dad, talking everything there is to talk about fatherhood. And we are back again for another catch-up episode. Just going through the week that was. I know some of you just hang out for this because you love hearing all the ups and then the downs and then the stupid situations. And I always get comments. Whenever I release an episode, whenever I tell a stupid story about some dumb shit that I've done as a parent. I always get people hit me up saying, "Hey, dude, thanks for telling that story," because I have been feeling like can I swear in the first 3 minutes? Do I get demonetized? I don't know. I won't. I have in the past though. So, would it be against my, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so, they hear stories and they say, "Hey, man, thanks for telling that story," because I feel a lot better about the dumb shit that I have done as a parent this week. And if that's you, then I appreciate you because I also get reaffirmed from my dumb shit when you say you done some dumb shit and that you feel good because you feel better about your dumb shit because you hear about my dumb shit. So here we are. We're back again for another episode. And, I'll start off. I want to start off by just running through really quickly. Okay, I woke up this morning. I was very lucky. Woke up, both my daughters got into the bed. Well, the girls were sleeping downstairs because, it's just, at the moment, sleeping situations for holidays, like it's not just the girls. Like I could sit here and be like, yeah, our sleeping arrangements are all cooked because of the kids. Not really, okay? So Kira and I, whenever I'm on school holidays, right, it's always like, and now with Skylar being on school holidays too, you sort of like, almost like bend the routine a little bit, right? And one of the things that we've been doing for bending the routine is every so often, if we have a big day, say, for example, we've done a lot. For me, for example, I might have the kids all day. I'm just exhausted by the end of the day. We will most likely take the beds out of the girls' room, because they got two single beds. We'll take it to the living room. We'll push the beds together and we'll just have a family camp out. And that doesn't necessarily always mean that we just chuck a movie on. We do sometimes just chuck a kid's movie on. It's really fun. We sort of like snuggle in bed. It's fantastic, right? Sometimes we just do the normal bed routine, but we're just in a different spot. But, since I'm the last one to go to bed, I usually sleep in my usual bed and Kia usually crashes with the kids. And then in the morning when they like start to sort of wake up, I go downstairs and then we all sort of snuggle together. It's fucking fantastic too. And we had a bit of a sleep in this morning because Kia had a late start, which is great. And this morning just, life gets so much better when you just simplify what means a lot to you. For example, for me personally, I've simplified my life down to like 4 things. I'm not even lying, right? I concentrate solely on my girls. I concentrate solely on my beautiful partner, soon-to-be wife, Kia. I focus on, cool dad, something I'm really passionate about. And then I focus on like just making sure I'm well. And then, you throw some little things in there, like I go play golf with my best mate, things like that, right? Simplified, super simplified, right? I'm not in, someone comes to me, "Hey, did you hear about, hey, shut the fuck up." I don't want to hear about it because I don't want to know about it and be like, added to this by association, right? I like to keep my plate super clean. Just get it. I don't want any dramas, right? And then you simplify your life, right? You simplify your life. You just focus on these key things. And I know it's really annoying because you hear about like really successful people talk about like discipline and be like, "I only focus on these things and these are the things that make me happy." And you're like, okay. And then you see them, they're usually, from what they're quite happy. And then you're like, they're actually onto something. If you have less to worry about, you feel better. So for example, this morning, I probably had stuff I needed to do, but in that moment, I was snuggling with my kids. I was snuggling with my fiance. We just had 30 minutes in bed, just laying there, just all nice and snug in there. And I tell you what, that's the good shit. That's rich. I feel like social media has really fucked up our perception of what being rich is. And I know it is cliche and I know it is really corny, but dude, if you can spend like 30 minutes, like 15 to 30 minutes in bed of a morning hanging out with your kids, even if you have like $5 in your bank account, you are so rich, my dude. So rich. Like seeing those smiles, oh, dude, I had a situation this morning, okay? And once again, I had a plan for this podcast, but fuck it, we're going off. Okay, so went this morning, did Summer's kindy pickup, kindy drop off. Okay, so Summer's at kindy at the moment. Scar's on school holidays. Kia's got a little bit of time, and Kia's been working heaps, so she's sort of decided to take Skylar out for the morning, which I think is fantastic. If you have daughters, seeing the mummy and daughter time, like just them hanging out, it's the best. It's so good. Like it's just so nice. But then I was able to take Summer to kindy, and like I know that sounds like a negative, but it's not. Summer loves kindy. It's like it's a blessing and a curse, really. Like I would love to just keep her at home, but she'd get bored because she's got friends there, right? Now, Skylar is very social. Skylar's someone who I've never worried about Skylar being like, oh, I really hope she makes friends. Okay. And I don't mean this in a negative sense. Like I don't mean this in a way of like, you know, I'm comparing Summer and Skylar, but Skylar's very outgoing. She gets that sort of outgoing side of like Kia and me, but we are both very like introverted extroverts. So for example, I come across as quite extroverted. I love to talk. I'm very friendly with people. I love meeting new people, doing the podcast, things like that. But there is an element of me that is very reclusive. I love to be alone. I love to just be in my house. I love to just chill, do my own thing, not be around people, not talk to people. Very much like that. So I'm like, you know, the best part of two coins, I guess. Like, and it's really hard to manage sometimes because sometimes you know you need to be social because you need to refill that sort of social connection thing, but then you also just want to hang out by yourself. Really hard to do, but I'm managing it now, okay? Yeah, psychology, go to it. It's great. But Summer has always been someone, I guess, or has always been a child that I guess it's like a little sibling thing. Like her friends were realistically like Skylar's friends' siblings. So she didn't get to hand choose who she hung out with. And it got to a point where we weren't really sure whether Summer had friends. And I think as a parent, when you see your kid like, and you know, Summer's not someone who struggles to be social. She's just like not really big on like initiating friendships. Like if a kid comes up to her and tries to like initiate like play at a playground or something, if Skylar's not there to sort of like help the initiation, or I guess like best friend wingman them, Summer tends to like, I guess like close up a little bit, and she usually goes straight to either me or Kia. Like she gets a little bit nervous, right? And anyway, this morning, and these are the moments in parenthood, and I think people can relate to this when your kids get a little bit older. Not, I guess, how do I explain it? It just catches you off guard, especially as a guy, because I don't know, since I became a dad, things just like hit your heartstrings a little bit more, right? Like you'll just see like little things and you're like, oh, why does that make me feel sad? Like that never used to make me feel sad. And it's not sadness, but it's just, I guess, feeling emotion. So we went to kindy and we were a bit late today. I dropped her off at about 8:30. Usually we drop her off at 7:30. So she's like closer to the start. 8:30, pretty much everyone's there. And she has this best friend, right? And it's actually really ironic because the best friend of Summer is actually one of Skylar's friends' siblings. And it's really, really cute. And I watched them today. So Skylar, when she was in kindy, she had what we like labeled as the girl gang. There was like 5 little girls. They used to hang out heaps. And it was just really cute. You could just see like this friendship forming between them. And Summer really didn't have that. And, you know, by about 3, Skylar was quite social and really solidified herself with her like little friendship group. Summer, once again, not as much. Like she'd sort of just cruise around. Now I dropped Summer off this morning and there were 3 little girls there. And when I took her in, usually she gets me to carry her, and I put her on the ground and she walked out with me. And like, I know it seems so fucking stupid. I'm like, fuck, I hate this. I'm like tearing up now. I shouldn't have even fucking talked about this. Oh my God, this is so dumb. And I put her on the ground and we walked outside, and these 3 little girls came running over to her, and like I put Summer down, and Sammy just like went over to these girls and like just like it was like fuck off, man. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. This is so fucking stupid. And it was like she's got friends, man. And that's so fucking cool, man. As like a dad, that's so fucking cool when you're so stressed about your kid, whether they're going to like have, fuck off. Okay, I'm far out. I'm sorry, man. This is so stupid. I try to keep it like, all right, you know what? No, you should, I'm fucking sweet with this. I'm sweet with this. This is what being a parent's about. I was just so stoked that my little girl's got mad little friends, and that's so cool because I was so stressed that we'd like fuck something up in her, and that like she wasn't gonna make friends, and now she's got this cool little crew of like friends, and like it's just like a weight off my shoulder because I'm like, fuck yeah, she's got friends, dude. She's got like support. She's got like a little network of people that she can hang out with, and that's like just the coolest shit. When you're so stressed about something as a parent and you see that without like you doing anything to like fix the problem, like they fucking go and do it. And she's like got this cool little group of friends and she's so stoked, and like seeing them run away for each other. Dude, I got in the car and I like immediately called Kia and I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I sad right now? Like, this is so cool. Okay. Cool. All right, let's just give me a sec, man. Stupid fucking it doesn't matter. Anyway, that caught me off guard. I apologize. But anyway, it's so fucking cool, man. It's so cool seeing like she's got friends. She's so stoked. She talks about her friends all the time. And now I'm just seeing like you can just see her with this like new confidence at kindy and like this new confidence around people. And it's all stemmed from the fact that she's just got this group where she hangs out with them and like she does like games that, I'm sorry that this means a lot to me, but it's just been something that's been weighing on my mind. Like you always want your kid to have friends. You do. Because you know your kid too. Like you know how cool your kid is, right? You're like, that fuck, he's so cool, or she's so sweet and lovely, and Summer's just such a beautiful fucking human. Like, you know, Skylar's amazing too, but she's so independent. She's so strong. She's so just like, she's exactly like her mum. Like she's just like amazing. I've never worried about her in a social setting at all, whereas Summer I definitely did worry about. And now she's getting to the point where she's getting her own personality, and I just love the confidence that's being built in her. And as a parent, that means a lot. That means so much to see your kid thriving. I think it breaks your heart when you know, you just see your kid and maybe like the kids might move somewhere else and they don't really get like that social cue of like, oh, I should go with them because I'm involved in this. And I'm just so fucking proud of like little Summer. She's just like such a cool kid. She's so cool. She's so funny. Anyway, enough of that. I'm sorry to start on such an emotional point, and I know it doesn't seem emotional. And I really like, I feel like so many other parents are probably in that situation where they start talking about a situation with their kid, and it's like brings up all this emotion, and it's a mix of emotion from like when you were young, and you know how hard it is when you're younger to understand and to learn like social cues and to learn like, is this person my friend? And you see that developing in your kid. It's fucking amazing. So it was a massive parent win this morning. I know, you know, I really feel like there's probably going to be a lot of parents that actually resonate with that too, and see that they're like, fuck yeah, my kid's doing that too. It's the best feeling ever. So if your kids ever make you emotional like that, that is so healthy. I don't know what it is. I used to be like stone cold fucking no emotion. Like really, I was really like, I guess it is toxic, but it was very like sports orientated, don't show emotion. You know, you gotta stay cool, stay chill, stay whatever. And I think, you know, as I gotten older, I've realized like, fuck it, nah, let people see your emotions. Like, let people see that you're human. Let people see that you like feel things because it's important. Anyway, so really good morning. I was very happy. I was on cloud 9, to be completely honest. It was so good. But then you get the point of like, fuck, now I want to go pick her up and give her a cuddle, but I can't because I've like left her at kindy for the day. So I got to make it worth it. We got to make the time. If she's at kindy today, I'm working my fucking ass off because there's no point putting her in kindy and just sitting around being useless. So I will be putting in the work today. And I have also been fighting the temptation to go to the driving range and get better at golf, because that is now my new fucking focus. I always go through like probably twice a year. I go through a golf like phase, and you know, CoolDad's like two and something years old, 3 years old. I think it'd be more than 3 years old because someone just turned 3. Yeah, it'd be like almost 4 years old. I think if you followed me for a long time, you know that majority of the, like sometime in the year, I'm going to get into a golf phase and I'm going to be posting golf content, and then I'll get away from it and then I'll go back into it. I'm just accepting the fact that I'm like a yo-yo golfer. But anyway, I got a story. And the story, this is a story that I think every parent dreads because you know the ramifications of what the story is going to be like, of what the outcome is going to be like if the thing remains lost. Because you know when, like, no matter what it is, even if your kids don't really care about something, if they leave something there and it slightly means something to them and it's disappeared, you're in trouble. Like, you are in for the worst fucking afternoon of your life. So Anyway, I'll break it down. Tuesday afternoon, we decided to go for a walk. And we do walks most afternoons, but sometimes on the walks, we'll the girls will bring their scooter or their bike, depending on how much energy they have or something like that. Skylar's got a little bit of a chest problem at the moment, so she hasn't been doing all that much. She's just been chilling a little bit. Summer, however, really wanted to ride her scooter. And I know there's times where, and I think most dads can, and mums, to be honest, I don't know why I make this exclusive to dads, probably because I end up carrying the thing all the time. You kind of have to weigh up when your kids want to go on a bike ride or something like that. You have to weigh up okay, am I going to be comfortable when they stop wanting to ride whatever they've bought, which will happen, whether it's a bike, a scooter, they might get tired, especially if you're going for a walk. There will be a point where they say, can I get off the scooter? And you kind of have to make a decision. You can sort of dig your feet into the sand and be like, no, you bought it. You have to take it. And that requires a lot of energy because then you're going to be stuck. It's not a family walk then. It's then like a fucking resilience exercise. Like you're walking there like, nah, we got a little bit to go. Can't really talk to your partner. Can't talk to your other kid because you're so focused on being like, no, we're going to get there. We're going to build this resilience. Anyway, we get to a point, Summer's really good. She's riding her scooter. We get to a point where I think she's tired and there was a really nice sort of little hill of grass that overlooks the river near our place. And we thought, let's put down a picnic blanket. We always put a picnic blanket in the pram and let's just chill for a little bit. So we did. We chilled. It was great. Now, the girls were mucking around with the scooter and it was on the grass. So they were fucking around with the scooter, pretending it was something. I don't know. It was fine. And they were just chilling. And then we sort of got to a point where the girls were getting a little bit grumpy. So we're like, hey, let's go home. It's great. Dinner. It's 5 o'clock. Let's go get dinner on the table, blah, blah, blah. Do we have everything? Yeah, I think we got everything. We get, I've got Summer on my shoulders. That's a little Easter egg for you. She's on my shoulders, right? Skylar is just chilling with Kia. We're walking home. She's on my shoulders. What did she take out with her? A scooter. Did we have the scooter with us? No. There was no scooter with us. Did we realize? No, you literally could have told me I had a scooter at the end of that walk. I would have not believed you. I would have been like, fuck off, I did. No, I didn't. Why? If we had a scooter, be here with us. Okay. That's part one of the story. That was on Tuesday. Okay. We get to last night, Wednesday. Okay. Kira and I are doing our thing. It's 9 p.m. We're both doing our potato vibe. So we have what's called potato nights. We say, hey, you want to be a potato? I'm a potato. Let's just straight up be potatoes. Potatoes mean we're going to put the TV on. We're going to screen max, to be fair. We're going to have something on TV. We're both going to be scrolling, looking at memes. It's just a pure rot night. It's just unconditional permission to sit on the couch and rot. Kia's scrolling through Facebook, right? She's not, and this didn't pop up. She decides to check our community group, right? And we're scrolling through and Kia's like, oh, someone left a scooter around. And I was like, what an idiot. And then I looked at the photo and I was like, fuck, that looks like Summer's scooter. How? It's but it's a Kmart scooter. Plenty of people probably have that scooter. And I was just sitting there it's sucked in. That's going to suck for that parent when they realize that they've forgotten the scooter. Kia goes, hey, did we bring a scooter home the other night? I was like, I had Summer on my shoulders. Did we take the scooter out? She goes, yeah, we definitely took the scooter out because you were with Summer. And I went, oh. And then I looked at the photo and I was like, fuck, that's where we were sitting. And then it occurred to me. And it's 9:30 at night. I'm like, shit, that's Summer's scooter. I fucking forgot Summer's scooter. I didn't bring it home. That was a day ago. We checked the post. It was a day ago. I was like, oh no. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad because it's 9:30 at night. That scooter's been out for 24 hours, over 24 hours. Let's push it. It's been out for 30 hours, right? Great condition, beautiful kid's scooter, lights up, right? Sitting in the middle of the footpath in the middle of Brisbane. What are the odds that it's still there? So, as all dads would do in that situation, because I'm not sending Kira out of the streets at 9:30. No. If anyone's getting stabbed, it's your boy, right? Anyway, we go outside. I take Luna for a walk, my dog, and I go, okay, let's just fucking cross every single finger or toe that I have to say it's there. 30 hours it was there. I walk in. Guess what is still there? Guess what is still on the footpath 30 hours later? It survived a whole day in a public path. No one took it, dude. Faith in humanity restored, okay? Because your boy. So I live in Brisbane now, okay? I didn't always live in Brisbane. I used to live out in Logan, in the stick. You leave a scooter at a park in Logan, brother, you come back 5 minutes later, it's gone. It's gone. You come back, you check your phone 10 minutes later, it's on Marketplace, bro. That's how quick the transaction happens. I walked down with I thought this scooter was fucked. I was planning out my funeral for when Summer woke up in the morning. I had to break the news to her that, hey, darling, you know that scooter that you love? It's gone. There is no scooter. Got there, picked it up. We get the dad win. Scooter's there. No dramas at all. The kids are none the wiser. So we have a little bit of a moment this morning where we discuss what has happened, okay? And you know, if you're a parent and this happens, if your kids leave something there and you know you have that thing safe, you tend to play into it a little bit, right? So you do start to, hey, remember we went on a walk the other day? Yeah, where did we put the scooters? Did you bring the scooter home? You didn't? Oh, no. Oh, Mummy, check your phone. She gets the screenshot. Oh, look. The scooter is on the street still. What's going on? Tears start to form. We start to get panicked. Both girls do. It's not even Skylar's scooter, and she's like getting like this secondhand like sadness, right? Oh no. Oh well, guys, we really need to be careful because what if the scooter's gone? We get tears. We go, I'm sorry. Oh no, we're never gonna have that. Surprise! I've got the scooter, but you just learned a valuable lesson, didn't you? Don't forget your scooter. But also, I learned a valuable lesson too, because at the end of the day, Summer is 3. She's 3. There's a little bit, maybe like 10% of the blame on her, because I feel like she probably should have known because she loves the scooter. But 90% of the blame is on your boy, because I decided to take the scooter out and I decided to leave it there like an idiot, right? So I don't know if anyone's like, I got real lucky in that situation. Real lucky, because this morning, the morning after, this could have been a completely different morning based on whether I got the scooter back or not. So I like to do the smart thing, and I don't think about my life without the scooter. I only think about my life now knowing that I have the scooter with me, okay? And I will not be forgetting the scooter anytime soon, because it would be a nightmare. And it would be a $40 nightmare, because that's how much the scooter costs. And you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, we'll just have to wait till Christmas to get it. No. That's an immediate replacement, because that gets used daily, you know? It's a tough one. It sucks. But that's the unattentive parent tax. You weren't being aware, you left it, now you got to buy a new one. But I don't, because I got it. Oh, look, if this is anything, if you walk around your area, join your community group. Honestly, join your community group, because as much as there is so much dumb shit posted on there, you never know. You might see your kid's scooter on there and it might save your life as a parent. So yeah, that was a good story of the week. That was the win of the week, which is fantastic. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we were. The scooter is intact. That is a dad win of the week. We'll take that, and we'll hopefully move forward without losing the scooter. So, you take the wins where you can, because there are a lot of losses in parenting, and sometimes you get a good win, and you take that win. But yeah, so that's pretty much been where, like, two things. One, like, I don't know, very, very heavy on the I think the day-to-day parenting stuff is important to sort of log on, or I guess talk about, because, you get the big wins, you get the big losses, but those in-betweens where you're sort of on that line of like, you're just balancing the wins and losses for the day, and you're just hoping that at the end of the day, you just come out even. Like, if you come out like this, you're like, hey, dude, that's great. That's a win. We did it. But yeah, I think the other thing I'm sort of like dealing with at the moment is, and it's a little bit annoying, and I think it's annoying because if you are a follower of the podcast, you know my daughters have like really annoying, I guess, like respiratory issues, like they both do. Skylar not so much. Summer had it really bad, and it used to affect her sleep a lot, and it still kind of does, but we're sort of managing Summer's asthma a lot better now. Whereas Skylar, because she's in school, and like Skylar's been through the whole term of school, not getting sick. Like, she's been pretty healthy the whole way through. So towards the end of the term, she started to develop what I would say is just like a regular, I guess, like school cough. Like, it's not developing into croup. It's not really asthma. It's not really allergies. It's not like the flu. Like she's fine eating, drinking, no temps. Excuse me. Everything's fine with her, besides the fact that she has like this loud, just like wet cough, right? And like, we've taken her to the doctor. I don't think she's contagious or anything. I think this is just something that we're trying to kick out of her. And it's been so frustrating, right? Because, it doesn't matter what the doctor says, really. Like the doctor could say like, yeah, hey, it's just allergies or something like that. Like there's no contagious element of this. So like there's really nothing stopping you from taking her out and doing stuff. But the daggers, the visual daggers, the eyes that you'll cop from parents. And I would like to put my hand up and say, these reactions are completely fair enough. Okay. Skylar's cough is just like loud, obnoxious, random. And she's not someone that sort of keeps her cough in. Like she's definitely like a just let it out type person. Like she'll cover her mouth, but it's still loud. And if you're in an area where like kids are around, of course, parents are just going to look at you like, fucking, what are you doing? You idiot. Take your disease-ridden child home. And I could sort of sit here. I'm like, dude, she's not contagious. Like she's just a regular kid. She's just got that little. So we're trying to get rid of that. But it's been a tough for holidays because, a lot of the things we want to do for me as a parent, I want to take Skylar out and do things, right? I want to take her on the city cat. I want to take her to the museum. I want to take her to do a whole bunch of random stuff. And when you got a kid who sort of is well, but is like walking around just like coughing, the self-consciousness just creeps in. Like every time she coughs, I'm like looking around and I can see that parents are like looking at me like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like my kid hasn't been outside like all week. I don't know what to do. She's not contagious. I need like a fucking sticker on Skylar's back that is signed by a doctor that says, hey, just so you know, not contagious, just has a cough. And I think it's really frustrating when you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, dude, it's just like a bit of a lung thing. Like it's just, nothing crazy. She's got to get rid of it. The best way to get rid of it is just keep her eating, keep her sort of chilling out. Don't do anything crazy. And like, just let it run its course essentially. And I'm just sitting here like, when does it stop? When can I take my daughter out without getting like sniper rifled by a gaze from some like 35-year-old mum who already looks at me like I'm an idiot because I'm some dad with glasses and a hat and like a half-pack nappy bag? You know what I mean? It's just one of those situations where I just feel bad. And I'm trying to be like, it's fine. We're going to get through it. It's okay. Just stay positive. Give them the way. Like, not contagious. The not contagious wave. Like, sorry, but it's fine. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But yeah, so that's been a little bit tough. And obviously trying to make sure Skylar, like, when you organize things with your kids' friends and like it gets closer and you're being like a conscious parent, you do have to be like, hey, just so you know, my kid's got like a little bit of a cough, not contagious, but you make the call. And then you have to kind of explain to your kid like, hey, your friend really wants to see you. And like, I want you to see your friend. But if you're sick, you just can't go down. You need to stay home. Like it's a really tough lesson to teach your kids because they look at you like you're punishing them for being sick. And you're trying to explain to them like, hey, this isn't a punishment. I'm not trying to punish you. I'm trying to just make sure you're better. And I don't want you to go to see your friends and then make your friends sick because then that affects like, I don't want to have the parents be like, you knew she was sick. Why didn't you like tell us? You know what I mean? So trying to explain that to like a 5-year-old who hasn't seen her friends like regularly, like we're talking, she sees her friends every single day at kindy and at school. And then we get to school holidays and you go to like 2 weeks where, one of her best friends is on holidays. One of her friends doesn't live around the area. Another one of her friends is around and wants to hang out, but we have to tell them like, hey, she can't hang out because she's really sick at the moment or, she's got a cough and just so you know so you need to make a call whether you feel comfortable or not. But anyway, it's tough balancing that because your kids don't know any different and you're trying to explain it to them. They're looking at, why can't I see my friend? You're like, this is why you can't see your friend. They look at you like, fuck you, I hate you, you're the worst parent ever. And you're like, thank you, I get it, but I'm just trying to do what's best for you. I know you're 5, I know you don't understand, but this is where we're at. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much been the rundown of the week. Little 30-minute recap of a couple of things that have really impacted me this week. The kindy thing, obviously, with Summer's friends. Didn't realize how much that fucking affected me. I just want you guys to know those were happy tears. I was very happy. It's when something weighs on your chest for fucking months and you sit there and you're like, I hope my daughter has friends. I hope my daughter has friends. And then you see that she does. And it's like a weight off your shoulder and it makes you feel really good. Sometimes the emotions get there. Sometimes the tears sort of start rolling after that, right? So yeah, you know what it is, guys. I appreciate all of you. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Sorry, the podcast was a bit late. We've got a string of guests coming up over this weekend and into the next week as well. And I'm really, really excited for some of the interviews. Some of them are going to be extremely funny. Some of them are going to be extremely informational. And some of them are even going to be like just dads doing like amazing things, right? So very excited for that. We've got a lot of work to do in the last few weeks, next few days. So pretty much finishing up this episode. And I'm going out with my fam, with Skylar. We're going to go get coffee and just chill and talk about life because I love hanging out with my kids. They're the fucking best. They're so cool. I love my kids. I hope you guys feel the same. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week. Do something for yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you do something for your partner or whoever is special in your life. And, of course, take care of your kids. Spend the time with your kids. It goes fast. It doesn't feel like it, but it goes fast. Anyways, have a great week. See you later.